Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will have our discussion on this upcoming transition of the Rahu within the Pisces sign in terms of its nakshatra transition. So guys, Rahu which is currently transiting in the Uttar Bhadrapada nakshatra, but on Feb 24th within the Pisces, Rahu will enter in the Pur Bhadrapada nakshatra. Now guys, for certain people this is going to be a alarming sign as well, because when it comes down to the innate qualities of the Pur Bhadrapada, there is a inherent kind of intensity, demonic energy, and staying stressful is also attached over here. When it comes down to Rahu, beyond any doubt, Rahu can give you all sort of material wealth, fame, luxury, everything, but it only grants it to those people who have their mind under control. But if you're a kind of person, you already have got a very confused, very deluded kind of personality, you are very easily provoked, you are very easily impressed, like you have got very impressionable personality, very gullible kind of personality, then the influence and the transit of Rahu will never be able to give you good result, because you do not have that control or restraint over your senses. So yes guys, and beyond any doubt, when it comes down to the functioning of any nakshatra, more than the planet which rules it, it's the god which preside over it. So Pur Bhadrapada is connected with one of the 11 Rudras called as the Aja Ekapada. So because of which there is a lot of the duality which is attached with the energy of this nakshatra. Lot of the nocturnal, secretive, criminal activities are also attached with the Pur Bhadrapada nakshatra, and we all know this thing that these all are the areas where Rahu somehow prevail, where Rahu rules. So I mean to say that in certain cases, this is one such transition of the Rahu which needs to be understood and studied with a pinch of salt. Now to which all people this is going to be creating a major difference. So beyond any doubt guys, let's say for example, if you are born on the 4th of any month, 13th of any month, 22nd of any month, or 31st of any month, if your moon nakshatra is Ardra, Swati, or this could be Satbhisha, you are running the Mahadasha or Antardasha of Rahu, you are in a business which is connected with Rahu, then this is going to be having a strong say in your life. Now guys, because this whole timeline of Rahu's transit in the Pur Bhadrapada is from 24th Feb till December 2nd. But just because Pur Bhadrapada is a nakshatra which connects the two zodiac sign, Aquarius and Pisces as well. So simply put, Rahu within the Pur Bhadrapada, the Pisces region over where just the one like the Cancer Navamsa fall. So Rahu within the Pur Bhadrapada in the Pisces region is going to be transiting from 24th Feb till 29th May, and then rest of the time from May 29th till December 2nd, it is going to be transiting in the Pur Bhadrapada but in the Aquarius side of it. Now guys, when we talk about based on your like moon nakshatra, the Janam nakshatra as well. So based on the Navtara concept, I did an analysis of that as well. Now a lot is dependent on that. Is Rahu right now active in your life? Is right now Rahu in your governing driving seat of your life or not? If that is what the case is, and this is what your moon nakshatra is. For example, if your moon nakshatra is of the sun, like Kritika, Uttara Falguni, Uttara Shada, then that means Rahu is going to be transiting in the Paryatak Tara, which means that you have to be careful. There is going to be some sort of mental blockage which Rahu can create. If your moon nakshatra in your birth chart, your moon nakshatra is of the moon, like Rohini, Hasta, Shravan, that means Rahu is going to be transiting in the Shema Tara, which means good. That means it can lead towards ideas which will lead to prosperity. If your moon nakshatra is of the Mars in your natal birth chart, like Mirikshira, this could be Chitra, this could be Dhanishta, that means Rahu is going to be transiting in the Vipat Tara. So you have to be careful. Just be very mindful and guard yourself from very dangerous kind of thinking or thought process. If your moon nakshatra is of Rahu, that means your moon nakshatra in your birth chart is of Adra, Swati or Sadbhisha. That means Rahu is going to be transiting in the Sampat Tara. That means it is going to be good for you, especially wealth making ideas will come to you. If your moon nakshatra is of Jupiter, like Punarvasu, Vishakha, Purvabhadrapada, that means Jupiter, Rahu is going to be transiting in the Janam Tara. Simply put, it is going to be the average time where results will come based on the birth promise. Now, if your moon nakshatra in the birth chart is of the Saturn, of like Pushya, Anuradha, Uttar Bhadrapada, that means like Rahu is going to be transiting in the Param Mitra Tara, which means it is going to be good for you, where you are going to have this capacity to get work done through networking. If your moon nakshatra is of Mercury in your birth chart, which means like Ashlesha, Jeshtha, Revati, that means Rahu is going to be transiting in the Mitra Tara, which means capacity to get work done through networking and favors. Now, if your moon nakshatra is of Ketu, of Ashwini, Magh and Mula, then that means Rahu is going to be transiting in the Nidhana Tara, which means you have to be careful. Be careful of destructive thinking and negative thought process. If your moon nakshatra is of Venus, that means it is like Bharani, Purva Falguni, Purva Shada. That means it is going to be transiting in the Sadhan Tara, which has to be bringing those kind of thoughts and ideas which will connect you towards attainment and accomplishment of the things. And guys, also in between, like from April 24th till July 21st, so from April 24th till July 21st, the planets are going to be hemmed in between Rahu and Ketu, which is, as per many scholars who address it as the Kal Sarp yoga. So that is going to be getting formed in the transit. Now again guys, let's not get into the debate whether Kal Sarp exists, whether it has a mention in the spiritual books or not. All what I'm trying to say, that it's not any other regular kind of like planets coming in the excess of Rahu and Ketu. It is going to be very potent because Rahu is in its strong dignity and Ketu is going to be in its strong dignity, and if they are controlling the planets, then that simply means that even those children who will be born in this phase, they will come with a very strong sense of pre-written destiny. You can look at it like that. So okay guys, now I will briefly talk about that based on your rising sign, which all remedies you can think about doing. Guys, like the way when we talk about Rahu, so we say this thing that especially if Gemini Rahu, we say it the devotion to the goddess Saraswati. Virgo, like Rahu, we say this thing worship of the goddess Durga. Aquarius Rahu, we say worship of the Lord Shiva or Lord Kal Bhairava shall be considered. Even within your house, your toilets represents Rahu, your house entrance represents Rahu, the southwest region of your ancestors like Naratekona, that is somehow connected with Rahu. So just be very mindful of that. If you live in a joint family where your grandparents and all, they live with you, so just be respectful towards them, bring some gifts, seek their blessing. That can be considered. We say this thing that if Rahu and Ketu are going to be in an afflicted state, during that time, do not receive any of the electronic items from your in-laws. So if I were to say till from Feb 24th till May 29th, when Rahu is going to be transiting in the Purvabhadrapada, but in the Pisces region, that is going to be the time like when you have to follow all the precautions very seriously. But after that, from May 29th onwards till December 2nd, when Rahu is going to be transiting in the Purvabhadrapada but in the Aquarius region of it, then it is actually going to be giving you very strong results. And guys, let's say for example, for all those kind of people, like the way I have been very vocal, very clear with my assessment. I do not see Rahu in the water signs, especially Rahu in the Pisces, as a good placement. Like this is one such kind of placement which can actually give rise to a lot of illusion and wishful thinking, not doing and putting too much of the work and just daydreaming, and in certain cases expenses going high, in certain cases being vulnerable to targets, bullying, people secretly plotting against you behind your back. So Rahu in the Pisces energy is not considered as very good. Along with that, guys, during this time, because now it's going to be very pure of the water energy, because from Feb 24th till May 29th, when Rahu is going to be transiting in the Purva Bhadrapada, but it is going to be now transiting in the Cancer Navamsa. So that means the illusion and the restlessness, anxiety is going to be at its peak before Rahu finally leave the Pisces sign. So I mean to say again, guys, astrology, beyond any doubt, it works perfectly and accurately. All what it comes down to that how much you pay attention to the celestial events. So I just leave it up to you. Make a proper assessment. What kind of results Rahu would have given to you in the past, like 15-16 months, because 1.5 years is like roughly 18 months. So whatever kind of results you have received so far, this is just going to be the end and the peak of all the confusion, illusion and all. But I can assure you, once Rahu will enter the Aquarius sign, and within Aquarius as well, in the Gemini Navamsa Pada, it is going to be very good news for you. So okay guys, now we will briefly look at that based on all the rising signs, how it is going to be influencing all the ascendants. You can also watch this video from your moon sign as well. So guys, when we talk about for the Aries Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, beyond any doubt guys, you have to be slightly careful, because Rahu is going to be, especially if I were to talk about till May 29th, till the time Rahu is in the Pisces, now it is going to be actually creating more of the confusion, restlessness, anxiety. So it is going to be the peak of it. So only if you can endure that, like just try to be mindful and careful that the house setting where you live, keep the house clean. Do not keep just any of the non-functional electronic junk in your house. Keep your toilets clean, keep your house entrance clean. So be very mindful of that. So that will become very important. Any of the housing deal, if you are considering during this time, do that carefully. Do the proper background check, documentation, terms and condition. It need to be taken into proper scrutinization. Along with that guys, if you are in a line of work where there's a lot of the covert activities, like you work in a line of work where you have too much of the people who are trying to pull you down, people who are envious of your success. I mean to say there's a lot of competition, jealousy and threat if that is involved in your line of work. And right now Rahu is active in the Dasha. So I mean to say until May 29th guys, you have to be careful. And yeah guys, expenses especially to keep the house running might also shoot up during this time. So till May 29th, in terms of your emotional mental health, I'm not seeing much of the positivity. But guys, let me assure you this thing. On May 29th, once Rahu will enter the boundaries of Aquarius, it is going to be there in the Gemini Navamsa Pada onwards. Then the life will start turning around for you. Many opportunities will start unfolding suddenly for you. So guys, if I were to say till the time Rahu is in the last section of its stay in the Pisces, you have been demonstrating strong restraint, determination, willpower. Just keep on holding on to that faith, and I can assure you good times are just around the corner. Caution and care needs to be followed. Mental health, your emotion needs to be guarded, because Rahu is like a poison. So you do not want to be getting contaminated with any of the resentment against someone, or in a loop of negative thought for someone, or being entrapped in some wrong deal, wrong housing deal or something. So just be very mindful. Caution and care needs to be followed. But once Rahu will enter in the Aquarius, the Gemini Navamsa Pada onwards, from May 29th onwards, many doors will suddenly and simultaneously will start opening up for you. Now guys, when we talk about the Taurus Lagna natives, so guys, for you people, beyond any doubt, Rahu is a very good planet for you. And now Rahu is going to be shifting to the Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. So guys, like especially the Cancer Navamsa Pada from 24th Feb till May 29th is going to be the time when Rahu is going to be transiting in the Navamsa Pada of your third lord as well. So simply put, this is going to be the time when your social circle is bound to expand, like too many opportunities will come to you. So let's say for example, whatsoever development has been taking place in your life, in whichever way Rahu has been creating results for you, and also it will become more important if you are also running the Rahu Mahadasha or Antardasha as well. So now there is going to be a very strong spike in your social circle, or the kind of opportunities which will come to you through your friend circle. So yes guys, whether we talk about from the fame point of view, recognition point of view, working with that entrepreneur mindset, and if you have been awaiting any of the job response, like you applied for a job, you applied for a specific role, you applied for any audition or any investment, any funding, any sponsorship, during this time only you have to give any public performance and all. So regarding all of that, it is going to be a good news for you. So again guys, before like Rahu will finally leave your like 11th house, there is a high possibility that whatever field and direction you are working from the past 1.5 years and all, so now there's going to be the final positive concluding end for you. Guys, look at it in this way. In the case of the Rahu and Ketu, they are always in a retrograde motion. For other planets, the theme is always very synchronous with the life path. Like the 10th house is first you do the job, and then you go to the 11th house, and then you ask for your remuneration. But with Rahu is different, because Rahu is just a mental thing, right? So this is the time when Rahu is working on the result first. It is pre-living it. It is actually giving you that sort of manifestation or power of visualization. So I mean to say that before Rahu will leave your 11th house, you need to have your vision, you need to have your you need to have your goals, you need to have your plans in check. What do you want to become, and what could be the roadmap for that? Because once Rahu will enter in the 10th house, you will suddenly see that whatever way you would have visualized your goals and written your goals and your career goals and plans and all, now you are meeting those like-minded people. Now life is giving you those opportunities and that platform. So right now the stage for you is, before Rahu will leave your 11th house, the kind of people you can coordinate, the way you can make a proper skeleton or ballpark figure of your caricature of your plan, this is the right time for that. So yes guys, for the Taurus Lagna natives, I'm just seeing the good returns for them only. And yes, Rahu is actually going to be gifting you something before it will finally make its move to the Aquarius. And once it will enter the Aquarius sign, definitely then you will actually see any of your plans and any of your, like, you know, those kind of opportunities will start getting aligned on its own in your advantage. Whether you talk about from the fame point of view, whether you talk about like more visibility point of view, it's going to be a good transit. So Rahu, in any case, this whole transit of Rahu, the past 1.5 year and the next 1.5 year, Rahu is actually going to be in a position of advantage. You have a lot which you can access or extract from this strengthened Rahu. Now guys, when we talk about the Gemini Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Rahu is going to be transiting like in the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, in the Navamsa Pada of your second lord, and all of that is happening in your 10th house. So let's say for example guys, if you are also running the Mahadasha or Antardasha of the Rahu in itself, or let's say for example you are a content creator, you are an influencer and all, and during this time only you put major investment, like the way sometimes, you know, this is all the interplay of the planets only. I know one of a good friend of mine, Gemini Lagna person, like that time when I was in India, like he was initially inquiring about, he's a working actor, but he just was not getting that much work. He wanted to get into podcasting and social media thing and all. So initially when I saw him, like he was inquiring about, like, you know, how to do the podcast, how to hire the studio. For a couple of months, I did not keep a track on him. And suddenly I got to know that he did so much of the research that he thought, more than I become a podcaster, why don't I start my own studio? There's much more money which I can make as an entrepreneur. And now he actually is managing a very good studio. And hiring and giving work to other podcaster. So I mean to say this could be the time for you. Rahu represents social media, IT, all the tech related things. So if you, this is the right time for you to put your money in any of these business idea aspiration of yours. This could be a case that, like for example, I'm working like this, let me invest in a proper setup, let me invest in a proper studio. Half of the time I can use it for myself, half of the time I can rent it to other creators. So if you are of that mindset, this is going to be the time for you. So Rahu entity, second house is of your money, being overwhelmed with the ideas and implementing it on your career. So this is how guys it is going to be working out for you. Like there's a high possibility any of the investments you will do in your career, in your craft, especially with tech is involved. Investing in the tech gear is involved. This is going to be giving you good returns. And immediate after that guys, like after May 29th, when also like Rahu will enter in your 9th house, it is actually going to be a very good time for you. Whatever you are doing right now, there's a high possibility where, like I have seen people, like with all of their experience, they start going for different university visit to give a lecture on something. People start making a master class or some sort of courses. They start designing some courses based on their experience and learning. So it is actually going to be working out like this only. So in a way, whether we talk about the Pisces side of it or whether we talk about the Aquarius side of the Rahu's transit till December 2nd in the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra for the Gemini Lagna natives, it only has good things in store to gift them. Now guys, when we talk about the Cancer Lagna natives, so guys for the Cancer Lagna natives, like Rahu is going to be now shifting in the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, and all of that is happening in your 9th house. So guys, if I were to say, just because now Rahu is going to be shifting in the Navamsa Pada of your ascendant lord, so that simply means that during this time a confusion illusion is going to be strong. Now a lot is dependent on what kind of yogas you have in your chart and what kind of dashas you are currently going through. And let's say for example, if your concern right now is that any of the foreign relocation, anything to do with the immigration, visa or something, those people can get benefited. But yes, when it comes down to staying confused and perplexed, if Rahu is also right now active in your dasha and your natal moon also has the influence of Rahu, like which makes you anxiety and the stress prone, then this could peak during this time. So you have to be very mindful of that. And guys, obviously after May 29th, once Rahu will enter in your 8th house, the Gemini Navamsa Pada, then the Taurus and the Aries, it is going to be beneficial for you, especially people who are involved in any of the research, any of the scientific pursuit, they are going to get benefited. I want to be honest with you guys, it's not much to do with the Rahu for the Cancer Lagna for the next 1.5 years, which could be a matter of concern. For you guys, it's the Ketu in the 2nd house, which could be a matter of concern. If you have not been very respectful towards your ancestors, towards your family and something, to your lineage, to your parental teaching and something, you have disregarded it, you have disrespected it, then Ketu in the 2nd house can create problem. But if I were to say from the Rahu's point of view, anything to do with the this could be learning, this could be getting deeper into the research analysis, it is going to be beneficial time. But again, I'll say the same thing. For visa, immigration, foreign relocation, it's a supporting time. But when we talk about your emotional, mental health, that needs to be guarded. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Rahu is going to be now shifting in the Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, and that is happening in your 8th house. So guys, you know this thing that when we talk about the energy of the 8th house, especially for the Leo Lagna natives, so whether we talk about the 8th house, whether we talk about the kind of role which Rahu plays and the way it looks your ascendant Lord Sun, so I am very much sure that it would have been a matter of concern. Slightly saving grace is going to be that now it is going to be transiting in the Purvabhadrapada, a nakshatra being ruled by the Jupiter. But again guys, even after that, this 1 month, if I were to say 3 months, are still slightly sensitive because like Rahu is going to be now transiting in the Cancer Navamsa Pada, in your 8th house. So I mean to say expenses can suddenly go high, and there is a high possibility that if your chart is making you anxiety prone, like the way guys, sometimes I feel it good, when people book their reading with me and they say this thing, Nipun, I just feel like I'm giving away my money to you because I did not have any question. I was just feeling stressed, and somehow I feel that when I talk to you, I feel relieved. Now, I actually feel these people very wise, because look at it in this way that even those people, just because of their restlessness and anxiety, like, half of the people who go to the escort, half of the people who go to the drugs, and who get over into alcohol and all, 90% of the cases it's their mental restlessness which is driving them towards these kind of unrealistic kind of resort, unrealistic kind of solution to deal with their problem, to deal with their pent up energy. Even if you're like going to a temple and stress is taking you, what's the harm in that? Even if you're talking to me or to any astrologer and that makes you feel relieved, what's the harm in that? It's still much more better than those people who are not able to handle the pent up energy, and then they end up going to, like, people do all kind of crazy stuff, getting into extramarital affair, getting into, going to escort, alcohol, drug abuse, this and that, and 90% of the time the problem is in the mind, that you are restless, you are anxious, you're not able to handle that energy. So I mean to say guys, there is going to be slight surge in that, and there is a slight vulnerability that deep inside Rahu will make you restless, and that might cause overindulgence in things. Now again guys, look at it in this way. Every planet has got a department to fulfill. For example, Jupiter represents our virtues in our life. A strong Jupiter will expand the boundaries of our good virtue. Rahu represents all that flaws and vices in our personality. There is a possibility in these kind of alignment, even if Rahu has to expand, it will only expand the sense and the vices in our personality. So that's what I'm trying to say guys, that till May 29th, if your moon is kind of afflicted in the chart, Rahu is in the governing situation right now, active in the dasha, then this could actually cause towards overindulgence into things which might not be very wholesome, which might not be very healthy. Slightly, people who are like involved in research, occult, those people can get benefited. There will be some sort of travels which can also be anticipated if Rahu is right now active in the dasha. A lot many people will be taking a lot of interest in the occult subject during this time. And yes guys, once Rahu will finally enter your 7th house. Once Rahu will finally enter the Aquarius in your 7th house, then it's going to be sigh of relief. More opportunities, connection, some new romance to happen in your life, to manifest a partner. So that Aquarian energy of Rahu is still going to be much more in control. But when it comes down to the Pisces side and this last phase of the Cancer Navamsa of it is making you slightly prone and vulnerable, especially from the mental health. Guarding your mental health will become very important. I already mentioned this thing guys, that when we talk about the Pur Bhadrapada, a lot of the demonic activities, nocturnal activities, stressful mind is generally attached with it. So yes, till the time Rahu do not finally leave, like if I were to say, whatever way Rahu has been giving you results from the past 1.5 years, now this is going to be the last push of it. This is going to be the last jolt or knee-jerk reaction of it. Afterwards, after when Rahu will enter the Aquarius, everything is going to be calm and much more in your control. Now guys, for all the Virgo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Rahu is going to be shifting in the Pur Bhadrapada Nakshatra in your 7th house. And before it will finally make its move to the Aquarius in its last stay in the Pisces, it is going to be now shifting in the Cancer Navamsa Pada, which happen to be the energy and vibration of your 11th house. So guys, if I were to say, beyond any doubt, we cannot overlook this fact that Rahu is a favorable planet for the Virgo natives. So guys, this is going to be the time when some sudden significant development can happen. This could be in your business front, this could be suddenly getting covered, suddenly going viral, some new romance, any of the person on whom you have a very strong crush, you have a strong liking towards someone. So sudden turn around of things, sudden development can happen, especially in the matters of your business, in the matters of the relationship. After that, guys, after like May 29th till December 2nd, when Rahu is going to be transiting in your 6th house, then obviously it has got its own advantage, because Rahu is going to be transiting in the Navamsa Pada of your like 10th house, of your 9th house as well. So beyond any doubt, guys, Rahu is a favorable planet for you. With the Pur Bhadrapada energy, there's a lot of the, like the way we say, solving any of the complex problems, something to do with the counseling, guidance, mental health. All these are the domain and attributes which prevail in the vibration of the Pur Bhadrapada. And with Pur Bhadrapada, guys, there is also that energy where it can be hard as well. Like I mean to say, especially when it comes down to exertion of the authority. It is considered as a very strong nakshatra, because of the rulership, and the god which preside over it is the Aja Ekapada, which is like one of the form of the Rudra. So whether you are in a line of work where there is a lot of the exertion of the authority, very fierce competition, if all of that is involved, this is going to be a beneficial time for you. But guys, if I were to say, the beginning of this transition straight away is going to be impacting the matters of your relationship and your business front for sure. And afterwards, it will start working in the domain of your work ethics. Anything which you need to acquire, which you need to learn in order to be more demanding in your line of work, to be more fiercely competitive, you can look at it in that ways. Now guys, when we talk about the Libra Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Rahu within the Pisces is going to be shifting now to the Pur Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Now guys, this last stay of Rahu in the Pisces is going to be now in the Cancer Navamsa Pada, which happened to be your 10th house vibration. So one thing is for sure, guys, because beyond any doubt, Rahu for the Libra Lagna is a favorable planet. Rahu's transit in the 6th house is generally considered as good. And now just because when we take down any of the analysis and study it to the point and to the level of the Navamsa and the Nakshatra, we get to know the true intent of the functioning of the energy of that planet. So if right now Rahu is also active in your Mahadasha, in your Antardasha, then this is going to be the time, especially before leaving the Pisces sign, whatever you have been struggling in the domain of your career, in your daily work ethics, or dealing with the office politics and all, this might be a time of clarity for you. Second thing is that, guys, if during this time only you have to give any of the important competitive exam, there's a high possibility that the omens and stars are favoring you. And guys, beyond any doubt, after May 29th, once Rahu within the Pur Bhadrapada will enter your 5th house, now this is going to be the time which will benefit the independent consultant, creator, people who are connected with stock market, trading and all, those people will get benefited. But yes, guys, whatever you have been struggling with, whatever you have been working hard, and whatever you have built in the past 1.5 years of the stay of the transit of Rahu in your 6th house, this is going to be the time when you will reap the extract or good results of it. Now guys, when we talk about the Scorpio Lagna natives, so guys, for the Scorpio Lagna natives, Rahu is going to be shifting in the Pur Bhadrapada Nakshatra in your 5th house, and that happened to be your 9th house, Navamsa, like Cancer Navamsa Pada as well. So guys, time period from Feb 24th till May 29th is actually going to be filled with lot of the insight, lot of the inspiration. Rahu is a planet which believes in creating its own luck. Rahu is also connected with the entertainment world. 5th house is also connected with the entertainment world as well. So yes, guys, during this time, whatever you have been building up from the past 1.5 years of Rahu's transit in your 5th house, this is going to be the judgment day, or this is going to be the time when the because of the support of the luck, where you will see the rapid progress or development in the things which you are trying to create. So in terms of the creation, in terms of the recognition, in terms of the omens supporting you, helping you, like for example, any of your artistic creative work is getting released during this time, you have to give any important competitive exam and something, so those people are actually going to get benefited with this shift of the Rahu in the Pur Bhadrapada Nakshatra in the Cancer Navamsa Pada. And guys, after May 29th till December 2nd, when Rahu will move to your 4th house. It is going to be in the Purvabhadrapada nakshatra only. So now guys, Jupiter in your case happen to be a good planet for you. So I mean to say that yes, like somehow Rahu is going to be transiting in the Gemini Navamsapada, Taurus Navamsapada, but in a way it is going to be supporting you, it is going to be benefiting you, and the major impact of that will come in the development, in all those matters where people are working in the public domain, people who are working as a realtor, you are a freelance person, you work from your home, or you want to turn your house into a proper studio setup and something. So Rahu's transit in your 4th house will support you over there. But as if now guys, with Rahu's stay in the Purvabhadrapada, in the Cancer Navamsapada in your 5th house, it is a strong yoga or energy where, because of the support of the luck, right sort of guidance, you will progress in the life in whichever sphere you are currently operating or working. Now guys, when we talk about the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Rahu is going to be shifting into the Purvabhadrapada nakshatra in your 4th house. So guys, in a way now Rahu is going to be transiting in your ascendant Lord's nakshatra and the Cancer Navamsapada till May 29th. So guys, look at it in this way that when we talk about something to do with see, first of all, you have to be very mindful and careful of your home vastu. Like this is generally a time when the toilets break down, some sort of issues in the house, electronic items start malfunctioning and something. So just try to keep the house running well in terms of the vastu dosha that needs to be guarded, that needs to be monitored. Like the way we say this thing that Rahu is somehow connected with the main entrance, main door, Rahu is connected with the toilets and all. So do not do any of the demolition and all, at least till the time Rahu does not leave your 4th house. Along with that guys, for certain people, if you are already very anxiety and stress prone, this is going to be the time when the mental restlessness, insecurity might bother lot many Sagittarius Lagna natives. So just be at guard over these kind of uncertainties. Like if I were to say, doing yoga, doing meditation is the right way of channelizing the energies or dealing with this upsurge of energies which might be slightly unsettling for many. But yes guys, after May 29th, once Rahu will enter in your 3rd house, that is going to be the time when suddenly the door of opportunities will open for you. And when Rahu is going to be transiting in the Purvabhadrapada, but in the Gemini Navamsa, Taurus Navamsa, Aries Navamsa, all of that is going to be favorable for you. Now guys, when we talk about the Capricorn Lagna natives, so guys, for the Capricorn Lagna natives, Rahu is going to be transiting in the Purvabhadrapada nakshatra in your 3rd house. So guys, initially till the time Rahu does not leave your 3rd house, the last phase of Rahu in your 3rd house is going to be in the Cancer Navamsapada, which happen to be the vibration of your 7th house. So that means in terms of the collaboration, good visibility, recognition, if you are a content creator, you are an entrepreneur of any sort, so this is going to be the good time for you. Like if I were to say, before Rahu will finally leave your 3rd house, this could be the last window of opportunity for you to create some difference or make some noise because of your talents, because of your skill set. And guys, afterwards, Rahu is going to be transiting in the Purvabhadrapada nakshatra only, but after May 29th till December 2nd, then it will move to your 2nd house. So guys, that is going to be slightly beneficial time for those people in whose case their income is connected with technology, electronic item, or this could be the public speaking or communication related front as well. It might be slightly beneficial for them, but still I would say one thing at a time. Right now, before Rahu will make a move to your 2nd house till the time like from Feb 24th till May 29th, it's a golden time for you, especially those people who are like in sales, media, marketing, or Rahu is also right now active in your Mahadasha, Antardasha. So it is going to be very rewarding time for you. Whatever you have been trying to build in the past like 1.5 years, ever since Rahu entered in your third house with that promise. So now is the time for you to reap that. That's all what I'm trying to say. Now guys, when we talk about the Aquarius Lagna natives, so guys, for the Aquarius Lagna natives, initially when Rahu is going to be transiting in the Pur Bhadrapada Nakshatra, it is going to be happening in your second house. Now guys, in a way, Rahu is going to be having its home return when it will enter in the Aquarius sign. The beauty of the Pur Bhadrapada Nakshatra is that it is like a glue. It is like a bridge between the Pisces and the Aquarius. So that means Rahu's first step on the Pur Bhadrapada is like a formal entry now in the domain, in the region of the Aquarius only. So guys, if I were to say that if there have been kind of any of the concerns, like where Rahu has given you any sort of trouble, so this is going to be the slow diminishing end of that. During this time guys, still if I were to say, if you do not have much of the restraint in your spending, in your expenses, this can increase the prospects of the debt, of the credit and the liabilities as well. So in this department you have to be very mindful. Along with that guys, if you do not have much of the control or restraint in your drinking and eating habits, this can also make you susceptible or vulnerable towards the food poisoning or something as well. So you have to be very mindful of that as well. Do not blindly trust people, especially when it comes down to in the matters of money or helping or supporting people. So just be very mindful of that guys. Rahu also represents our like our grandparents and all, our grandparents in the house, in the family tree. In the house it is the southwest region, outside it's all the like the the cleaners, the drug addicts. So we say that the donation of Rahu could be the blanket, this could be the coffee and the tea. So any of those things can be donated to the cleaners and the helpers and all. And yes guys, if I were to say, till the time Rahu is going to be transiting in the Cancer Navamsa Pada, its last stay in the Pisces, the vulnerability still loom in the matters of the credit, loans, or kind of instability in the matters of the finances. But once Rahu will make its final entry in your ascendant in the Aquarius, you will definitely see clouds getting clear, and then it's going to be the time for you to be more recognized, more opportunities coming on its own towards you. And lastly guys, when we talk about the Pisces Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, like Rahu now is going to be an all prepared, all geared up to now finally leave your ascendant, and now it is going to be shifting in the terrain, in the domain of the Pur Bhadrapada Nakshatra, which is being ruled by your ascendant lord in itself. And guys, just because Rahu is going to be in its last stay in the Pisces, is now going to be shifting in the Cancer Navamsa Pada, which happen to be your 5th house vibration as well. So especially guys, like all those kind of people who are like connected with entertainment world, you are a independent freelance consultant and all, those people can get benefited. Like some sort of like investments which you made and you were not getting any clarity over there, payment got struck and all, this is going to be the time when you can reclaim those things which truly meant to be yours. Any of the work which you did in the past and you forgot about it, suddenly people will start recognizing you, acknowledging you. So guys, if I were to say before like Rahu is going to be making a final move and getting ready to be shifted to the Aquarius in your 12th house, this is going to be the last time for you to stand a chance. Like whatever promise with which Rahu has entered in your ascendant, there's a high possibility that it can deliver that in a very sudden kind of way. So regarding that front, I'm not seeing you vulnerable. And afterwards guys, from May 29th till December 2nd, when Rahu is going to be like transiting in the Pur Bhadrapada Nakshatra, but in your 12th house, then the result is going to vary altogether. Like any of the overseas exploration and interest in the conspiracy theories, heightened and more travels, success in the visa immigration related kind of work and all is going to be on the cards for all the Pisces Lagna natives. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyawad.